Hey, all right, everybody. Thanks for stopping by and checking out what I got going on here. So this is going to be kind of a different way of doing a video, simply because this is kind of suggested in this particular request. So this was requested by Ron, and I don't have Ron's last name, but he'll know who he is. Ron R. So that R for his. So anyway, through Buy Me a Coffee, he says, "Hi, Uncle Buck. I have been a fan of your channel through The Warning and Angelina Jordan over the past months. You and I grew up in a similar time and likely have been exposed to similar music. I have a very special request. Tori Holub is a 21-year-old vocalist, musician, and aspiring audio engineer. She is a vocal chameleon, covering a variety of artists and also a couple of originals. But her lifelong passion is the Carpenters. She seems to reincarnate Karen Carpenter, but also says no one can fill Karen's shoes. Truly, though, she is the next best thing." So he says, Tori will leave you in awe if you know the original Carpenter songs. You may want to play just 20 or 30 seconds of the original in case your viewers aren't familiar, which is what I'm going to do here. But Tori and Jim Wilkas should be your main focus. This is not a contest. Jim is the magic behind these productions as audio engineer, multi-instrumentalist, and accompanying vocalist. Note that Tori just completed a 22-city tour performing in the Burt Bacharach songbook and was subsequently signed by the legendary producer. Man, that's saying something, because that guy has written a bunch of this music. He says, "I have given you two choices that you can react to, or both if you choose. Either We've Only Just Begun or Close to You. Both big hits for the Carpenters. Thanks for all, Ron." Okay, so I'm going to do Close to You. If I have time, I'll do We've Only Just Begun. But I'm going to do Close to You. So the first thing that we're going to do after the intro is we're going to give a little snippet of the Carpenters singing Close to You. And it's the link that he provided in his request. And then what we'll do is we'll listen to Tori's cover of it, and that'll give us something to beat back and forth. But like he said, this is not a contest, and I'm not a professional in order to conduct a contest of who's better and who's not better. I don't like to get into things like that anyway. Just the fact that whoever Tori is, she put her heart and soul into doing these cover songs, according to Ron, then that's good enough for me. That puts her right at the top of the game, in my opinion. So I'm not going to compare her to an original. Good God. I mean, it's like comparing a singer to Whitney Houston. They could be just as good, but they're going to be different. And, you can't judge them on not sounding like Whitney Houston. There's only been one Whitney Houston. So that's my outlook on it, and I hope you all agree. So I think we got everything ready to go. All right, so without further delay, let's get into it right after the intro. And again, thank you, and I'll be right back.
Do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. Why do stars fall down from the sky every time walk by?
Oh, man.
Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Okay, so y'all, that was Karen Carpenter, and now we're going to come over here and we're going to listen to Tori Holub and James Wilkas sing "Close to You," and according to Ron R, this girl is phenomenal. So let's all look at it again. Try not to compare her to the voice of Karen Carpenter. There was only one Karen Carpenter, and it was amazing. Let's judge. I don't even want to say the judge. Let's just look at her as just a normal person who's trying their best to carry on that kind of legacy. Okay, so here we go, y'all.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. Why do stars fall down from the sky every time you walk by? Just like me, they long to be close to you. On the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true. So they sprinkled moon dust in your hair of gold and starlight in your eyes of blue. And that is why all the girls in town follow you all around. Just like
Golly,
me,
man.
they long to be close to you.
So if you see in those other windows, man, that I guess that piano player is Jim Wilkas, how he's merging all his different ways of singing in, as you know, in the chorus, and it's just, you know, I said we're not going to judge her or look at her and compare her to Karen Carpenter, but I will tell you, if you didn't know Karen Carpenter, this would be, you know, if this was this young lady's her own original music, it would be a hit. It would definitely be a hit. At least with this, you know, the older crowd. And Ron said that he was, you know, of similar age. So, you know, all the men and women, ladies and gentlemen from my era, you know, 70s, we would be digging on this song if it was, you know, if it came out in the 70s with this little 21-year-old girl. How much control can one little 21-year-old girl have? But she's doing it. She's laying it down. Let's get back to it.
Together and decided to create a dream come true. So they sprinkled dust in your hair, golden starlight in your eyes of blue. And that is why all the girls in town follow you all around. Just like they long to be close to you. Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Wow. Burt Bacharach wrote that song along with Hal David. Very, 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 very good. So when I said, we were of a similar age, I can remember being, here, at least here in the United States, we have an organization called Little League, and it's really just for young kids to play baseball, and it's organized, and you have uniforms, and it's just a big deal, man. Or it used to be a big deal in the early 70s. And I can remember we were in, I say we, living with my mom and dad and my two sisters. We lived in Vista, California. My dad was stationed as a Marine at Camp Pillenden. And there's a elementary school in Vista, California called Bo Beer Elementary. And I can remember, I actually went to Bo Beer, I think it was sixth grade. And, but I think I was in 7th or 8th going to Lincoln Junior High is what they called it back then. I don't know if that school's still called Lincoln or if that school is even still standing. But we went to Bo Beer. They had some softball fields or baseball fields, and that's where we would do our practice. And I'm bringing this to an end, y'all. At the practice, our coach was Hank Stebbins. No, that's not what it was. His name was Jack Stebbins. He was a friend of my dad. They served in the Marine Corps together, and he was the coach of this Little League team. And I can remember him bringing his 8-track and his 8-track player out there while we were playing this Carpenters album. So I was, I don't know if I was 6th or 7th grade at the time. That I can't remember, but so they were a big deal, and that's how far back it goes that I've listened to the Carpenters. I didn't know who it was at the time, but I realized who it was, a few years later when friends of mine would listen to the Carpenters, and it got to be because we were listening to mostly country, and then some Peter Frampton and Steve Miller, Rod Stewart. That you were kind of geeky if you listened to the Carpenters, but we don't have to follow those same norms anymore. Not at my age anyway. And so that little girl being 21 years old and being able to sing like this just shows you the incredible writing of Burt Bacharach and the arrangements that he put together, and Karen Carpenter's talent, and Tori Holub's talent, and John Wilkas. I thought that was just bitchin'. Wonderful song, wonderful portrayal or cover of a Carpenter's hit, and I really liked it, and I hope you all did too. I know this turned into a long one. Sometimes I get long-winded and have to tell you something about my past or whatever to show you what music means to me. Now, y'all have your own, stories that I provide, obviously, but it was a great time, man. 70s were probably, in my opinion, that was the best decade for music until disco knocked everybody, nobody I know of listened to disco, and nobody I know of now will admit to listening to disco back then. But so I don't know how it got such a hold for a few years, but it did. Anyway, y'all, that's going to do it for me. Thank you for stopping by. Till I see y'all again, I'll catch you down the road. Bye, y'all.